I think everybody's back, so let's just sit in a relaxed way. I vow to liberate all sentient beings. I vow to end all self-based confusion. I vow to exercise the Dharma that frees. I vow to attain the great perfection. I vow to liberate all sentient beings. I vow to end all self-based confusion. I vow to exercise the Dharma that is. I vow to attain the great perfection. I vow to liberate all sentient beings. I vow to end all base confusion. I vow to exercise the Dharma that frees. I vow to attain the great perfection. I take refuge in the Guru. I take refuge in his pure land. I take refuge in the Buddha. I take refuge in the Dharma. I take refuge in the Sangha. I take refuge in the Guru. I take refuge in his pure land. I take refuge in the Buddha. I take refuge in the Dharma. I take refuge in the Sangha. I take refuge in the Guru. I take refuge in his pure land. I take refuge in the Buddha. I take refuge in the Dharma. I take refuge in the Sangha. I am the Guru. I'm in the Pure Land. I am the Buddha. I am the Dharma. I am the Sangha. I am the Guru. I'm in the Pure Land. I am the Buddha. I am the Dharma. I am the Sangha. I am the Guru. I'm in the Pure Land. I am the Buddha. I am the Dharma. I am the Sangha. I am the Guru. I'm in the Pure Land. I am the Buddha. I am the Dharma. I am the Sangha. I am the Guru. I'm in the Pure Land. I am the Buddha. I am the Dharma. I am the Sangha. I am the Guru. I'm in the Pure Land. I am the Buddha. I am the Dharma. I am the Sangha. I am the Guru. I'm in the Pure Land. I am the Buddha. I am the Dharma. I am the Sangha. May all beings be free. May all beings be free. May all beings be free. All beings are free. All beings are free. All beings are free. May all beings receive my accumulated merit. I dedicate the merit to the refuge and to all sentient beings. Joining hands. Oh. Se siitä. And that's it in Finnish. Oh, I have to start sharing some Finnish phrases with you. But perhaps on the next retreat, not on this one. Thanks for the effort.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kim.
It was an exceptionally good retreat. A challenging one, though, but That's a regular part, I guess.
The break did you good, Max, obviously.
Thanks. Nice to hear it.
Now that I remember it, Olga, send me a new picture. Because it's been half a year since you sent me the one for Boomi analysis, and but I punished myself for being a lazy Rinpoche.
Is it, may I ask, is it an actual queue length current? I mean, half of a year.
What is that?
I mean, if I send you an email with Boomi analysis request right now, I should wait a half of a year, right?
Might happen. Sometimes it's just 2 hours. Sometimes it, yeah. There is no rule.
Okay.
Oh, that was actually something that I meant to discuss on this retreat. That you should, all of you should start learning Boomi analysis. You should educate yourself about, well, what's next. My book is a good place to start. You know, read about other people's descriptions of how Boomi openings and perfections feel. Then learn about the location of the Boomi centers. There's the series that I taught since January about Boomi and energy reading in YouTube. So there's plenty of material to assist in that. But everybody in our Sangha should really learn to do Boomi analysis. Because it's a path map that we all are using. So I'm happy to help with the beginning of learning it, but I don't want to be doing Boomi analysis for the end of my life. It's sort of like you already have the map in your hands, but then you come ask me that where am I on the map? So just use it yourself. So Olga, don't send me the picture after all. Just kidding, you can send it. But you get the picture that it's something anybody can learn and should learn in our Sangha. Because that skill of understanding the Boomi model, the 13 Boomis through experience, it's really important for this lineage. And if there isn't 100 people, when I keel over, if there's not 100 people who learn it, who have really mastered it, then it will disappear quickly. So there really needs to be many people who know it. It has happened in the past in history that they lost the knowledge in Asian Vajrayana, Tibetan Vajrayana. So the same happens very easily if it is not learned well and studied well. So I guess this is, I won't be seeing Manus in a while after this retreat.
Sure. See. Yeah, I haven't really announced anything because since we've been online, it's very little opportunity to talk and chat and stuff, and I haven't really felt like making a group announcement. But I'm having a baby boy coming very soon. He's due anytime since 2 days ago, he's not premature, basically. So expecting to be driving to the hospital any day now. Exciting times.
So you finish? Yes.
I'll try and I'll definitely do my best to keep up with things and keep close to the Sangha. I'm sure I will.
I've heard that before.
It'll be good. It'll be good for me.
So you finish this retreat, and in a day or two you'll start another one, and that lasts a couple of years. You know, we won't be hearing or seeing you at all for a couple of years. You know, that's what always happens to
Yeah.
people who have kids.
I'm expecting he'll be such a perfect child that he won't need much parenting, and there'll be no drama. Fingers crossed.
Like his dad.
How is the house, by the way, Manus?
Really good. Yeah. It's come a long way. So, yeah, big transformation. Downstairs is completely finished, and it's nice and cozy and nicely decorated and everything.
The whole building?
No, upstairs we haven't touched, basically. So we just kind of pushed the last while because we knew the baby was coming.
Yeah.
So we tried to get as much done before his arrival. So basically done that up until very recently. So yeah, it's we're very happy with it. I'm really actually nicely surprised, pleasantly surprised. It's exceeded expectations, and it's actually like a nice home now where I feel quite happy and comfortable, which I didn't see happening at all. Like I had no vision myself. I was just very overwhelmed by the whole experience, and found it hard to be positive about the vision and everything. And thankfully, Aista had a clear vision the whole time, and it seems to have come about. So it's nice.
That's lovely. How many square meters will you have when it's all finished?
200 is the house.
Yeah, so it's a big place.
Yeah, a big house, and we're gonna have maybe some renovated buildings outside as well. So yeah, I was planning to put an invite out to the Sangha, anybody who wanted to visit for practice or for doing retreats while they're online. But now, maybe next summer at the earliest.
Do you have like full board there?
Yeah, there would be full board, sure.
Like 3-course meals with desserts, and then like foot baths and foot massages after.
Absolutely, yeah.
And how many guests can you handle at once?
We recently had some of Aista's friends came for a baby shower not too long ago, and 4 slept in the house, and then some people camped outside. So we have 2 spare double beds.
Yeah, I don't remember if I ever mentioned, but the monastery I was in, the Zen master of that place is Shodo Harada Roshi, and he has many students all over Europe, and they have, I think, 1 or even 2 Zen group in that lineage in Lithuania. And
yeah,
if
I follow one of them on Facebook in Vilnius.
Okay, yeah. And if I'm not wrong, I think they might be building a center. I'm not sure actually about that one, if it's in Lithuania or Poland, maybe. But Poland is, of course, a whole different country.
Yeah, no, I came across the one in Vilnius because I think he visited to do. Was it him that visited to do a calligraphy workshop? I think.
Yes,
in
yes.
Vilnius.
There's a video of that.
Yeah.
So Carl and Jonathan and we decided to cancel the autumn retreat, the live retreat, the in-person retreat already in June, so it won't happen physically. But as Tina was visiting here a few days ago, we were discussing about the, by the way, I have to check, we were discussing about the possibility of, yes, about having the November retreat in Finland physically. November, so it's 4 months from now. So that might happen. So, and before that, the next retreat is early September. So there won't be anything in August, but the first weekend of September, it's a 2-day retreat. Then October, 4 days autumn retreat. Then November, mid-November retreat in Finland or online, both. And then the winter retreat. So it's the same schedule as always. But also something that, you know, we've been stuck with Zoom for a year and a half now, and hopefully it won't be that long anymore when we get back to doing live retreats. But I realized that there's like a whole variety of people now in the Sangha. We have people from Switzerland, Germany, we have Russians, we have Irish, we have UK, we have US, we have Canada, we have all kinds of exotic places now. So I just wanted to say to you and ask you if you would like to, when it is possible to travel again and have meetings, courses, retreats, I just wanted to say and ask if people in different places would like to organize something, perhaps a weekend course, perhaps a weekend retreat, and so on. So we have, you know, teachers. By the way, thank you to Lamas, Tina, thank you Acharyas, Ugi, James, for helping with all the prayers and leading practices. So we have like Lamas and Acharyas, and of course myself for teaching different events in different countries. So let's together make an effort to bring Pemako teachings, Pemako style of Dharma to others. So that's what I just wanted to ask. So we finished this week-long retreat. It's always a nice experience, and yesterday at the same time, maybe some of you also started a month-long retreat because the Olympics started. So it's kind of an intense retreat practice to me, Olympics, because I love watching Olympics. Do you? It's kind of a one-pointed, non-distracted thought.
Which events do you enjoy the most?
I was just watching, there was judo today and also archery. I like shooting practices. I do like track and field also. Suddenly I don't even remember what is there, but there's a lot of good stuff there. And it's lovely to see like professionally trained athletes, because they are at the peak of their development. So it's really lovely to see that focus and that just how do you say that? You know, they are just tip top in their condition. That's lovely to witness. What Olympic sports do you like, Jonathan?
I like the track and field. I probably won't get the chance to watch a lot of it, but there's a good Irish team going this year, so I'll watch the rowing and some sailing as well. I think we've got some rugby, a good rugby team, as far as I know. So I just watched that. But yeah, I mean, the track and field is amazing. God, it's just,
Yeah.
especially all the sprinting and high jump and long jumps.
Yeah.
Pinnacle of athleticism, really. Yeah.
Has anybody ever gone to World Championships, Games, or Olympics to see in person? That would be a fantastic experience, because you have, I don't know, 30,000, 50,000 people in a stadium cheering. So that's strong energy.
Yeah, and it's not competitive. They're not like jeering at each other. Like, it's not two opposing team. Well,
Right.
sometimes it is, but most of the time it's just
Yeah.
very positive.
How was the retreat for you?
Amazing. I think it's up there with one of the best. Just
one of the best.
well, it's difficult to judge, isn't it? You know, because there's been so many good ones, but for me, this one was, as I say, amazing. And I've still got one day to look at, so
Yes.
yeah.
That's already on the YouTube channel, Gwen.
Oh, great! Thanks, James.
Oh yeah.
Extremely different to the winter retreat, like so different. And you could, like, I thought after that winter retreat that was the best type of retreat, just so much guru yoga and so much strong knockout blessings. But then this one was actually, like Gwen said, equally good in such a different way. So it was very interesting. The first couple of days of this, I was kind of missing the Tantra element, or I thought I was, and I was kind of doubting whether it could be as good without the tantric element, but I was really pleasantly surprised by how nice it was, the freshness and simplicity. And
Yeah.
I like the word Ugi used, well-rounded. It's
Okay.
like for me it was like how to say this, with usually on a retreat I experience some moment when I'm overwhelmed with tantric energies.
I see, yeah.
Like I'm starting to spacing out and everything.
Starting to leave the body.
Yeah, literally. And this one was extremely powerful, but no such a moment. And was a very good balance between rest and
Mm.
getting tired, I guess.
Mm. Mm.
And I also I don't know if this change happened just for this retreat or maybe some previous ones was also like this. But I found your new style of teaching very nice. In terms, it's simple. It's simple to perceive. It's for instance, how you explained zero dimensionality. It
Mm.
was very simple, in very simple words, and it's quite a changing topic. Changing. I mean, it's very experiential. It's hard to explain.
You're right. Yeah.
But you explained very simple words and nothing like I should go look up something in a dictionary or in a YouTube video or anything else. So it was kind of self-contained explanation.
Hmm. So I used very simple words and nobody understood anything from it, but somehow it was okay anyway. So perfect.
This simplicity was very, very powerful. And I really appreciated the work you did today. And I would thank you from the bottom of my heart. I can relate to a lot of your childhood experiences. I'm sorry, I get emotional now. I didn't want to. And if I got it right, after 1 month of practice, one can ask to be a member of the Sangha.
Yes.
And I think it would be counting for 2 weeks when I do 1 week summer retreat with all of you. So maybe I can ask in 2 weeks for being a member.
Sure, I can add you right away if you want to join.
Thank you.
My pleasure, my pleasure. We are glad to have you.
I enjoyed the attention to detail of the Vajra body, the way you explained it. I feel like made me realize there's a lot more to the Vajra body now than I thought before. And with the pointers you give us, I think I can get a lot more out of that now, which will benefit my practice. But for me, it just seemed to be a build-up to this retreat, and it seemed to climax yesterday when we joined the 5 gateways up. I mean, the energy that was just going down the central channel was just mind-blowing. And do you know you've got your head positioned exactly in line with Guru Rinpoche's headrest? It's like you've got a new hairdo there. It's perfect.
That's what I wanted to explain last time when I said this is such a funny surrounding, because it looks like the aureole of a saint when you're sitting like this.
Yeah, but thank you everyone.
My pleasure, my pleasure. That's lovely to hear. And like I said, that I didn't have any plans for this retreat. I just, when we started last Saturday evening, I just kind of had it come to me, what would be current things to address on this retreat. And like I said, that I made that observation before, that when people practice Vajra body and for the same reason, when people kind of it's kind of the practice becomes mechanical, it kind of withers, it kind of starts loses its aliveness in a sense. Those are usually the topics that I want to workshop on. I want to point out that how it should feel, how the practice should feel, how it should be done, and what is then consequentially the result. So yeah, that's why we workshopped on the muscles, basically.
And that was a good tip, Kim, where you said when you tense your body to tense the back first and then the front. I couldn't do this and didn't have a sort of way of figuring out how to do it all at once. It was a good pointer.
Just to remind everybody that we have the Rainbow Body Yoga basic learning materials in a Dropbox file. I think you can still find the Dropbox file in one of the first posts in our Facebook Sangha. So there are the 1 or 2 notifications at a time, and if it's not the first one, then click the notifications marker and you will see the other ones, and there's a link for the Rainbow Body Yoga materials, and in that Dropbox folder there are the masterclass of Tantra, where I've really taken the whole Rainbow Body Yoga sequence and the practices individually and kind of just deconstructed the practice to help you understand the underlying principles of the whole thing and of each practice separately. So do look, do watch, do study those masterclasses, because there are many excellent points there. I will say excellent because they are really excellent. It is always the case that, like I briefly described earlier today, that we have external, internal, and secret. So we need to understand that whole continuum that way and back. And then when we understand this with each practice that we do, then we have the theoretical understanding of the practice. And then when we have that, a clear view of the practice, clear understanding of the theory, then it translates to correct recognition very easily. Then we can understand all the energies, sensations, experiences in the light of emptiness, and so on. So do make use of those masterclasses.
Sorry, I was just going to say, they're in the notifications folder of the Open Heart Sangha, and then the Dropbox folder for Rainbow Body Yoga. Is that where they are? Sorry, could you repeat where they are?
So no, they are not. They are in the notifications of Pemako Buddhist Sangha, Jonathan, not Open Heart Sangha.
Oh yeah. So.
And then you just go to Facebook Sangha and then click the notifications that are right on the top of the page.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, so maybe I share a little bit of how it was for me. So it was very, very strong, this retreat. It was very energetic and very dynamic. I had the feeling again, I was all over the place, but I had for example, on Wednesday, I think it was with Tina, when she started the Rainbow Body Yoga, I had a very sharp recognition, very soft, very clear, very full of love. And it was afterwards, when we did the shouting on the chakras, I was not able to feel, and normally I do it I feel very corporally physically these chakras when I do this explosion on the chakras, and it was like doing it on the air, like basically.
Yes, good. Yeah.
No feeling of like body. It was very it was just permeating. It was just way beyond the softness.
Mhm.
And just kind of like it was so clear. It stayed like that. It was soft. The softness was the whole day until the end of the day, and it was like really a softness that stayed. And it was this. I felt the softness before in the immediate reality, but this was like a softness that was like beyond. But at the next day, I was like completely off, but I kind of like came back to this recognition in kind of like spontaneous way, kind of like just got distracted, and then immediately was kind of like again.
Mhm.
Like very nice to hear your description of this rock, the rock that is under the mud, because I was feeling like that. I was able to see these attachments that I have, my selfings, and to very clearly see their inconsistency, their unsubstantiability. And I was in this from this state, I was able to see very clearly how also this very second of attachment where you get triggered is also very unsubstantial. Like another level of recognition of unsubstantiability. That was very nice to see, and also was very clear to me this state of recognition, why it's important that we meditate without an object, because it kind of like feels like it also when we die, we don't have an object, or we don't have the respiration, or we don't have an object to meditate on. So it kind of like came also this idea. And yes, it was just such a nice like a very nice recognition to have. And then then at the next day I was again off completely. In a I was just thinking how to solve a problem, make a decision, and I was very frustrated with the fact that they were coming, and I was seeing it all coming very, very fast, all the thoughts. It was like Avalokiteshvara, she sending me like basketballs of thoughts. I didn't have time to recognize, to stop one and be able to see through it. And so I kind of like got them all together at one point. I'm like, I'm just going to grab them all together and see them all together at once. So that worked. And then I was also again be liberated. It's like and so yes, and then yesterday was again also like that. Then I was like again off in this story, and I was like, at some point I just gave up. I said, okay, I'm missing on the retreat because I'm thinking about this so much. But then I thought, okay, it's just like it's over. The retreat is over. And then I kind of just seated, and I was immediately again very centered, very grounded. Why happens like that? I don't know.
Well, that's like in a nutshell, from from one day to the next. You're just giving the like basic definition, basic characteristics of up and downs of the whole path. So this is like a going up, going down, going up, going down. And then little by little there are moments of clarity here and there, which takes you out of the wheel for a moment, out of that wheel.
Yes.
And this is what it is.
Yes.
But yeah, please.
Yeah, I just have the feeling there's the softness state. Even if I am off, you can sense that it's immediately available. The also this feels like that, more tangible, more.
Yeah, that is the enjoyment body. That's the natural bliss of the basic state. That's it. Sambhogakaya.
Beautiful. Thank you. And also the gate weights, of the heart and the Bauch, the stomach. It was very interesting that it really did open this recognition when I put my attention on the stomach. And I think I have the feeling I have put my attention in the stomach in the past, but I didn't have this expansion when I now put the attention in the stomach, and it gives you a lot of, like, it's a lot of freshness, a lot of force also. I think it becomes a very dynamic energy. Yes. So this was very beautiful to recognize in my body and in my Sambhogakaya.
Fantastico.
Fantastico. Yes. Wonderful.
Oh, I have to say it with the feathers. Fantastico.
Fantastico with the feathers. And at the end, Kim, at the very end yesterday, I saw the one wrathful deity appeared with a lot of energy. There was one with only one eye, a blue one with one eye only, and then another one with 3 heads, but I don't know which is this one. And there was a yesterday, and there was just really a lot of energy, like a lot. The floor at Sylvia, at the house from Sylvia, was really like vibrating, so very strong. Yeah, it's a lot of energy, a lot of blessings.
Again, thank you everyone for joining, for making this retreat a good one. I really enjoyed guiding and teaching this retreat. And a couple of you mentioned that this retreat was different than before. I remember last winter retreat, and it was like how to describe it? It was like a fireworks, continuous fireworks, you could say. And this had the same energy, but in a different way. And as you know, my personal practice came to a how should I say, like a turning point in the spring. So this was the first long retreat. Wait a second, we did have spring retreat. Well, anyway, this was the first summer retreat after this shift in my own practice. And shifts in practice makes you see things differently. So it is not uncommon, as far as I know, that teachers, lamas and rinpoches, when they finish their purification process, that they then might teach tantra less. And actually, to be exact, Dzogchen or Ati Yoga is also tantra, but it is not tantra in the sense that, like we in the common day discussions, we refer to tantra with mantras, breathing practices, visualizations, mudras. So Dzogchen is also based on tantric transmission and empowerment, but it's not tantric in that sense. But anyway, so I came to this change in my practice, and then I've kind of felt little by little. It's now been little over 4 months, so I started kind of just feeling differently, and like I wrote in the event info before this retreat that we have teachers and instructors who can teach and guide the specifically tantric practices. So in this way, this retreat was also a new experience for me, because well, a good example of this is that I explained to you about the 3 doorways in the body, and then the 4th one, and that I've learned this already in my previous practice in Zen Buddhism and also some Taoist practice, but it was then Mahasiddha Vimalamitra, a Dzogchen master, who gave these 3 and 4 doorways in his set of Vimalamitra's wisdom meditations. But now that my own purification is over, I remember when I taught those teachings of Vimalamitra, whenever it might be, a few years ago, there was always the presence of his, Vimalamitra's, in the air, giving the transmission, giving the empowerment for the group to do the practice on their own afterwards. So there was presence of his as I was teaching. So there was me and there was him, just like with Guru Rinpoche, for so many years, and before Guru Rinpoche with other Mahasiddhas, that it's been myself as the fellow who speaks aloud and gives the instructions, but then there is the Mahasiddha Guru from the inner planes who takes care of the blessings and empowerments. But this has changed now. So like when we were practicing those 3 doorways, 4 doorways, I didn't feel the need to even think about Vimalamitra or ask his blessings specifically for you to get it right, because my own purification is over, and that's just how it works. That these things start happening naturally, and there's really no mystery, or it's just the way how it works naturally. So in this sense, it was teaching this retreat was new experience to me. And I'm not saying that some people were worried that I wouldn't teach Tantra anymore. I will teach Tantra, and Pemako will remain a tantric method because it has to. If we look at Pemako Buddhism in our time, and then in the future practiced by the coming generations, we have to have tantric method. There are teachers also at present who, some known teachers from Buddhist tradition, or people who have left Buddhist tradition after some decades of practice because they discovered this basic state. So I won't make that choice that, because I've gotten so much from tantric practice. It has helped me to finish my purification practice. So to me, and what I see in my students, it wouldn't be logical to okay, now that I'm have finished my purification practice, then the whole Sangha don't need Tantra anymore. That is not a rational thought. But, that's what some teachers do, that they forget how it is when we still have openings and perfections to do. But anyway, I think that I will focus more on Ati Yoga in the future and just have a bit different take on teaching. So like always, I don't have anything, I don't have everything figured out. And this is also, it's for everybody, isn't it? That and this is the point. Oscar is not here, is he? But this is what I was, poking him, that it's when we have a journey to go, journey to make, it makes life interesting and it makes practice interesting. But if we try to figure out or read all the books and try to have it all, mapped out in our heads before the actual experiences, it will. I don't wanna travel that way. So yeah, letting things come. But I also have to admit that for a long time I was exactly like that, trying to figure out everything already. Very impatient and kind of too smart. Sometimes being too smart does you a, how do you say, disfavor. So thank you again. Thank you for joining. Please continue practicing. Please keep recognizing yourself as a Buddha. And also thank you for the retreat fees. Thank you, everyone. Se siitä. Do you remember what it means? It means that's it. Have a nice evening, everybody, and see you later.